When you hear that fat classic synth brass sound from an older Roland synth, there's often a slight pitch movement happening when you press the key, mimicking sort of when a trumpet player is using his lips to take on the note. And we can do that on synth brass by using something called a pitch envelope. Here's a scratch patch on a Roland JX8P, or in this case a PG8X. So we're using only the first oscillator here, and we're going to use envelope number 1 to modulate the pitch of that oscillator. And here we have the envelopes, the attack, decay, sustain, and release faders. I want to turn them all to 0. Same with that fader here, the envelope 1 amount. And as you can hear, nothing changes, but let me raise this fader here now. That's the pitch of the oscillator dropping from high above towards 0 because I've set this fader to maximum amount, but it's held back by the decay, which is at 0, so it's happening very fast and for a very short amount of time. So this is where we start to raise the decay time. So the more we raise the decay time, the longer it takes for the tone to go back to its normal pitch. And this is how we create that pitch bump. We adjust this decay time together with the amount we're going to use to affect the total envelope. And the result is that we can have a short but noticeable pitch bump at the beginning of the tone. You can also invert the polarity of the total envelope waveform, so to speak, where the bump comes from below instead of going from the top. But to get that classic pitch bump, it's better, in my opinion, to have it coming from the top. And now we bring in the other oscillator. And it now becomes a task of adjusting the amount of the pitch bump to suit the needs of your song or production. So this is how you can achieve that classic Roland pitch bump on a JX8P or similar synth. Let's check out another type of synth. If you're using the fabulous OBXT, the free Oberheim XA emulator, you have the pitch envelope as well. Without it, and with it, and more. So here we have the pitch envelope under the oscillator 2. So you're using the oscillator 2 here. And we use the decay knob as we used in the other examples to set the speed or the time of that initial bump. Here's the Arturia Jupiter-8, and same thing here. Without pitch envelope, the pitch bump. A little bit more. A little bit more. Decay time, envelope 1, and the VCO modulator, the envelope. Set to VCO 1 in this case. Same thing. If you have the classic Prophet 5, you can of course do the pitch bump there as well. Here you use something called the polymod. and you set it to impact frequency A. You have the filter envelope knob here, and here we have the filter, and it's 4 attack, decay, sustain, and release knobs. And let's turn this way down. And you adjust it to taste. A little less. With, less, off. So totally different type of sound. Here is the Arturia OPXA5, their emulation of the classic OBXA. And the classic OBXA could do pitch envelope modulation, but not readily apparent on the face of the synth here. You have no knob saying that exact phrasing like we had on some of the other synths we've seen so far in the tutorial. You could do pitch envelope modulation or modulate the pitch of a oscillator's frequency with an LFO on the OBXA. You could also do that on some of the other synths we've seen, but we're not going to use that here. We're going to use pitch envelope modulation. And for that, we had to go to page 2 on the classic OBXA. Page 2 was a hidden sub-menu, so to speak, where some of the knobs and buttons on the hardware had another set of functionality, other features than what they're saying on the face of the synth here. In this emulation, Arturia has hidden that under the advanced sections and modulations. And what we hear is we can set sources for modulation over here and set destinations over here. We don't have to worry about the middle section here at all. So over here, we're going to set the filter envelope decay, which we're going to use like we've done in the other examples for setting the time or speed, how fast we want that pitch bump to happen. And over here in the destinations, we're going to choose the oscillator choose frequency. That's the parameter I want to impact with the decay knob here. So let's turn off oscillator 1 and turn on oscillator 2 so we can hear it. That's oscillator 2, nothing is happening at the moment. Let me also turn the sustain all the way down. So now we've set up the filter envelope decay and we've set the destination as the frequency of oscillator 2. And now we can give it a value. Let's go for around 0.2. Listen now. Now you hear it. Go for minus value as well. Go from below and up instead of from up and down. Let's turn up oscillator 1 now as well. So now it becomes a task of just blending it into taste, how we want it to sound. Without. Well, as you could hear, using that pitch bump with a pitch envelope can really make an impact on the attack of the sound. If you're using your synth to make classic analog drum sounds, there's no way around it. You have to use a pitch envelope to get that meat on the attack of that drum sound. As always, I hope you found this video interesting. I'm Espen Kraft, thanks for watching, and I'll leave you with a little bonus clip on your way out. This is me working on the pitch envelope of a Roland Jupiter-8 hardware vintage synth.